Hey everybody, welcome to the Intro to Crypto podcast. We're doing now Mondays and Fridays. Dave Lamel here from Team Powerhouse, of course, and Michael Christopher. I'm a realtor and a mortgage broker doing for you guys a crypto podcast because we know that people are asking and wanting to know more about it and hoping that you're learning and enjoying. We're getting lots of phone calls and text messages and Facebook messages and YouTube messages. TikTok messages on different kind of questions and what's going on.
Yep.
Things are happening and it's exciting because you're learning. And I love that we're getting phone calls from past clients and friends who have wanted to get involved in this crypto, but are nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy call me up, a past client and friend, and he says to me, "Hey, listen, my friend's been talking about it because I saw that first podcast, that's our last podcast on this. And it became interesting and understanding to me. And the whole point of this is to make sure that you guys feel, understand what's the possibilities here for you. Crypto, digital assets is something that is the future of what's happening. It's already happening around us. So the more you learn, the better you'll feel to be possibly involved. Remember the most important thing, this is not financial advice. These are two guys, a realtor and a mortgage broker, that are introducing something to you that you may have heard of before or maybe not for the first time, and you get a chance to learn about something which is called crypto, or also known as digital assets. It is Friday. I hope you guys are having a great week. I want to wish you a happy Palm Sunday in advance. And a happy Passover out there to y'all this weekend, because thank you. We have a busy weekend of holidays and family and friends, and hopefully you guys are excited about it because we always like to have some food. Passover is going to create the additional, I'll call it digestion. We call it constipation. Got to drink a lot of water. Very exciting times. Palm Sunday. What's the exciting Palm Sunday dinner? What's a lunch look like over there? Some pasta, some macaroni.
The usual, yeah, for a typical Italian.
Lamb. Oh, you have lamb?
No lambs. No
ham.
Usually that's an Easter thing.
So
however, I have a son of mine that doesn't do ham, so he follows more of the Jewish tradition, so he avoids
the beef kind
pork.
Of guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Right. Yep.
So let's talk about a couple different things here today. And if you have any questions and you missed this, don't be uncomfortable with messaging us later on. Again, this is your intro to crypto. This is a chance for you to learn as future involved people, and maybe you get involved now a little bit, maybe you want to learn a bit more, what to buy, what not to buy, have questions. Again, you can reach out to us through the different social medias. We're live on YouTube, Kick, Facebook, Twitter, X. We are on TikTok. We are on a bunch of platforms here. Instagram, which is, I think, the first time we're going live on Instagram. I got to double check this to make sure it's actually working, because we've had some issues with Instagram in the past. So hopefully it is working today. I'm going to check that out. Let's see how that looks over here. If we are live, and we are. I'm not sure if we're live on TikTok, on Instagram, but if we're not, we'll make sure we get it out there. All right. So, do you know what TRAD TradFi is? Is that the first thing we're talking about over here?
No.
We're skip the page. I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry.
You took us out.
We'll go back to that. My bad. All right. So intro to crypto. The market right now is very volatile, right? So a lot of people are like, oh my God, the market's crashing. The world is going to end. If you're not selling, and let's say you're involved in the stock market right now. Many people are involved in the stock market. If you're involved in the stock market and you don't need to sell today, you didn't lose anything. Facts or not facts?
That is a fact. Although it feels bad.
It feels bad, but you didn't buy your stocks for today. You bought your stocks for a timeline when it's time to retire. And if you're not retiring today, you didn't lose anything. And what has the market done in the stock market for the last 50 years? Up and down, up and down, up and down. But over the last 50 years, it's up, right? Same as crypto market. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Crypto market's a lot more volatile.
Yes.
And that's why we want to make sure you guys understand not to freak out. Are you freaking out? This is not the time to freak out. This is the time when things go down to do what?
To buy more.
Buy more. Take your shekels, take your couple of pennies, take your dollars and cents. If you've got the money to buy That's when you buy is when the market goes down.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for the real estate market. When's real estate market going to go down? So I can buy at a better price, right?
Yep.
But the real estate market's not going down. We know it's going up about 10 to 20% per year. The stock market took a couple of dives. That's your best opportunity to buy even more. It's the best opportunity for crypto to get even more, fill your bags up if you can, and invest in your future.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not even your future; it's the world's future of where things are going. You know, it's the world's future. It's not. You know, we're going to talk briefly about something that's relative to what's happening in the industries of shipping, but we'll get that in a minute. But that's what I'm talking about: the future and the world and the way things are going.
The XRP was at $1.65. It dropped to.
Yep.
Everybody started freaking out. No, don't freak out. And thank you so much for your pounds, your likes, your thumbs up. Please respond. Please give us a thumbs up. Please smash your likes on the social media platforms. We really appreciate that. We got a lot of viewership happening right now, and we're climbing, which is awesome. And by the way, almost 60,000 people on TikTok watching. That's crazy stuff. But with that being said, so XRP, what did it do? It took a dive. It went down to $1.65.
Yep.
And now it's back up to 205.
205. So, you know, I was talking to Dave before, and I said everybody has been saying that crypto is so volatile and it's such a big risk. And here we are. It's exactly where, you know, with the craziness of the market over the last week, it's at the exact same place, maybe even a little higher than where we were a week ago. So it was a great buying opportunity. If you bought at the bottom to where it is today, you know, it's a 20%. We just did the quick calculations, you know.
20% you could have made if you bought XRP at $1.65 versus 205. But don't go, well, I'm going to wait for it to drop again. Your point is, in my opinion, this is just opinion, you should be taking, like you do with your 401, your income every week. You have money that goes maybe into your 401k, a little bit, a percentage you have every week done. You should start to do the same thing with, in my opinion, the digital asset opportunity of crypto.
Even if it's $25 or $50, I mean, you know, just do that over time and, you know, dollar cost average. And, you know, a year from the road down, 2 years down the road, you're going to have a nice size bag just from doing a little bit regularly and consistently.
And the market in the crypto world has not taken off yet. It hasn't.
I agree. And you know something? We've had a lot of clients that have spent more money on lottery tickets.
That's right.
Scratch offs than they have on buying something like this. That's actually going to be a good thing in the future.
Are you a person who buys scratch tickets at the gas station for $2, $3, $5, $10?
Yep.
Take that money and start to invest it every week into a digital asset. And there's a lot of them to choose from. There's thousands.
Yeah.
We're happy to share with you some suggestions.
We want solid. Yeah, we recommend blue chip, solid ones that are dirt cheap by today's standards, like the XRP, like another one we're going to talk about momentarily. But those are the things that you can buy them. You can buy them cheap, and they're going to be a lot more expensive when the world adopts this the way it's going to do, and the big boys run it.
Absolutely. Mike, we are coming up on April 15th, tax day,
yes,
right?
Sir.
And with tax day, something we talked about, you and I, which is important for you all to know, and if you don't know already, you have the ability with your accountants, and hope you have a good accountant, and if you need one, we're happy to share one with you, to invest or put your money into your traditional IRA or Roth, right? Your accountant might say to you, hey, this is an opportunity for you to take some money that you have to pay and use it and invest it there.
Right. So typically, you know, your accountant's going to say, yeah, there's a, you know, we need you to fund a little bit of your Roth IRA or your traditional IRA. Well, obviously on the traditional, that's going to be for a tax deductible before the end of the year. If you haven't done, I'm sorry, before the end of the 15th, before the 15th, if that has not been done yet, you can literally start an iTrust Capital account. I'm sure there's others, but iTrust Capital is the one that I personally use, where you can actually have the crypto.
Yeah.
You can buy the crypto in a tax deferred account, either a Roth or a traditional, and you could be doing it right through your investment.
So that means you should look into something called iTrust Capital. You're going to go to Google and just Google
Yep,
I Trust
yep.
Capital.
I Trust
A
Capital.
great company, a resource for you to put your tax deferred money, right? Am I saying that
Absolutely.
correctly?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Everybody out there enjoying what you're listening to, hopefully, yes. Again, if you like it, you're interested, it sounds good to you, or if you have questions, please put the questions out there. We'll get back to you on that. You can tag Michael Cristoforo. You can also tag David Lamel or tag us both. Hopefully you have some great questions and some thoughts and feelings. And by the way, we're looking for you out there. If you're knowledgeable in crypto and you want to come and join us over here, we'd love to have you. We have a couple of special guests coming up in the next couple of weeks coming on the show. Very excited about.
One at least.
One.
The other one I haven't heard from.
We'll get back into him in a minute. Let's talk about you guys, and let's talk about another subject in the crypto world. Do you know what's going on in the world of shipping? Okay, now maybe you do, maybe you don't. And why is this relevant to you? Do you know what MLETR is? Model Law on Electronical Transferable Records. Michael, help me out with that, please.
MLETR. That's
what is
it's
that,
called.
Mike?
That is basically the new standards that are coming in place to change the way everything's got to be digitalized for shipping. And so it's being adopted around the world. And we have certain cryptos that are going to be better at that than others, and some that's what they're going to be known for, so, in my opinion anyway. So
well, it's not just an opinion that you can Google it, see it right there. As a matter of fact, if I can read to you a couple of quick things over here about what so that leads us to something called XDC. We've kind of talked about that a little bit before. So just to understand what XDC is used for, XDC is a native token used within the XDC network, a hybrid blockchain platform designed to facilitate global trade and finance. It serves several key functions, including transaction fees, XDC, letter X, letter D as in David, letter C as in cat. That's XDC. Okay.
And you won't find it on Coinbase yet. It's not even on Coinbase yet.
You're going to want to jump on the Uphold network. We can also help you out with that. It's used to pay for transactions on the network, including smart contract deployments and other operations. Smart contract deployment, it's needed to deploy and execute smart contracts, which automate trade process, manage supply chains, and facilitate other financial transactions.
That was heavy. That was deep.
That was deep.
I just want to add. I just want to just lighten it up a little bit. And what I want to say is, does this sound like cryptocurrencies are going to go away, or that cryptocurrencies are a scam? It's being adopted for shipping around the world, and we have various countries. What countries, Dave, right now are using it? I know you wrote it down.
The United Kingdom, the United States, Germany, France, New Guinea, Belize, and Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Very important to know that if this is being used in these countries now, and the XDC ledger is being used to facilitate this, why is that? Because of the blockchain and the safety and security of the information that's happening. The blockchain holds everything. It's the most recognized, well-represented way to have clear, concise information.
Yeah, I think I want to just add something. What I've heard and learned from this process is that typically in shipping, usually the paperwork supersedes or comes after the product, or so keeping them together is never easy because there was always a ton of paperwork. But what's happening is with the changeover on the blockchain and all this adoption with the MLETR, is that it follows the product at the same time, and it doesn't have all that paperwork and all that requirements that we've been dealing with for the last 100 years in shipping.
These guys here need to make sure they understand what you're saying, because it's something that is so relevant to today, but not really being talked about on the news. And because people don't hear about this stuff in the news, they might not think it's real. And the problem with that is because the news is not letting you hear what they don't want you to hear. And that's a problem. So how do you learn about things? You can do research. You can go to YouTube, hear different people talk about different things. You can go to Google. It's out there, right? But they're not talking. Why aren't they talking about this in the news? Why aren't we not learning about this? Because they're waiting for regulations to come through before they're going to talk about it. And then everything you see there is going to be way more expensive to buy.
I just want to add one. I just want to add one more thing to that.
Yes.
You might not ever hear about MLETR.
Make sure you look at this camera right here too, because these guys are
Thank
7
you.
of the different.
You might not ever hear about MLETR, to be perfectly honest with you. Perfect example is, did you ever really hear about HTTP when it came time for the internet? You know, there's a protocol. That's a protocol.
Do you know what's funny? You just mentioned that. I hear in the news that they'll have like these people walk around and ask questions like, do you know what www stands for?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know what it stands for, right? You just mentioned HTTP. I don't even know the letters actually. HTTP, right? Like, who knows what that stands for?
It's a protocol,
right?
Yeah.
So going back to what you're saying.
So where I was going with this is that a lot of the stuff that we're talking about an XDC, if it's part of a protocol of moving product around the world, or it's going to have multiple uses on it. It's a very good token. But you might not ever really know about it because you're just still buying your product the same way you're buying it, but you didn't know that the whole shipping industry changed in the background and they're using a protocol using XDC.
Let's talk about the cost of an XDC. It's about 6 or 7 cents a share right now.
Yeah,
which
is
not
a share, it's a token.
Sorry, a token. Okay. My apologies, a token.
No.
And I have to remember they always say token because it's something that is so not used to talking about in the language, right? So token. You're looking at about 6 or 7 cents a share. It was, I think, 5.5 cents maybe a week or two ago. You're looking at numbers that are so small, but percentage-wise is so high. And this is a token that we're looking at could be going over the next handful of years, maybe as high as $50 a share. Could you imagine if you bought something at 7 cents a share and it goes to $1?
Token.
I'm sorry, a token. I see how to keep doing it. If it goes to 7 cents a token to $1 a token, just look at that kind of compound value there.
Yeah.
So what would happen if you put a few dollars into this token? Yeah. It could be life-changing. We're not telling you to sell your house. We're not telling you to empty all your assets. We're not telling you to do anything wild and crazy. Just be smart and diversified. Have the ability to learn about what's going on right now so you can be ahead of the game versus behind it. XDC, a great crypto token. And let's go back into the next part. So let me apologize for screwing up all these different conversations in what order, but do you know what TradFi is? What the definition of TRADFi is? That is traditional finance. What does that mean? You all should know what traditional finance is. That's our stocks and bonds. That's what we've all been known. But did you ever hear it as TradFi? I don't know, but that's what it is. Do you know what DeFi is? That's a new one for you possibly. DeFi is decentralized finance, right? And what's the difference between TradFi and DeFi, Mike?
Traditional finance is what we've been dealing with in banking, stocks, the whole 9 yards for the last 100 years. And the changeover is changing over where we're starting to have new ways of being able to earn income through these crypto assets. So there's a lot of things a lot of different ways that are going to be appearing to earn money off of your assets without ever even having to sell them. And that's the key thing here is that, yes, you can buy something now, it can go up, you can sell it, make some money, but you're done with the thing. Those that I think that are more sophisticated investors in this business are buying the assets, and our conversations are not about selling the asset, but
Right.
rather to live off the interest of what you're going to be able to make with these assets. And that's the thing that we've been talking about.
So I'm gonna actually talk. That's a great conversation piece you mentioned, because typically you think about stocks, you're investing in them, and then your plan is to sell them one day and then have that money for you when you retire. And as we're talking, my wife is calling me, and she's not watching the podcast, but hopefully she'll realize that when I don't answer the phone, what's happening here. But with that being said, so typically you invest in stocks and you go and you say, okay, when I retire, I'm going to sell my stocks and I'm going to have the money. You have an opportunity right now, again, to invest in this digital asset world so that you can actually live off the dividends, the money value that it is. Can you use your crypto to buy things? There'll be lots of opportunity to buy things, but you might not have to sell it to buy it. If you buy now, you might just be living off a massive amount of wealth that you've made over a very small investment today. And that's a huge place to be in your life. Again, so we talk about XRP in the past, XRP, which is one of the most important blue chip cryptos, coins to be involved in. We just talked about XDC. We're going to bring up one more thing that we haven't talked about before, which is Flare. All right. And Flare is another new coin, or not new. It's another coin that's a few years new. If you're looking to say, okay, well, I want to buy something or maybe invest into maybe even less expensive that has a lot of potential on it. What is Flare?
I have no idea, Dave. No, I'm just teasing with you. Dave just learned about Flare today.
I did. I just learned about it. Exactly right.
So I've been following Flare for the last 3 or 4 years since they came out. Maybe it's been almost 5. Well, it hasn't come out that long. There was a lot of talk about it before it came through. But the reason why we sort of mentioned that today is because we were talking about decentralized finance. And Flare basically is going to have several tokens, including Doge, ADA. These are just various tokens that are out there. XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're going to be able to use those with the Flare network to be able to earn money on the crypto, basically. So it's going to be another decentralized finance type of way to be able to earn money.
What are the letters for Flare?
FLR.
FLR is Flare. Do a little research on it. Do a little Google on it.
Yeah. It was $1. I'm sorry. It was 1.5 cents today. So if you want a cheap
1.5 cents.
Yep. I think this week, I think it hit 1.1 cents. And it was hit as high as 1.7, 1.8 cents.
So let's just say you took, I don't know, $100 and you bought some Flare. You bought some XDC at 7 cents. And you just put a little bit of money away over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, over the next year, over the next few years. We're not talking about tens of thousands of dollars at a clip like typically you have to buy stocks. You can buy portions of coins as well, right? Like we know with Bitcoin. Buy with Bitcoin, dropped down to what, 68, 65,000, and now it's back
75. Was it 75?
Maybe 75,000 dropped down.
Yeah, didn't it drop down to 70? We just
75,000. I think it dropped in the craziness, and now it's back to 83.
You're thinking XRP.
You're right. Yeah. So I mean, things are gonna do ups and downs, right? Don't freak out. Don't freak out. There's no reason to freak out. If you're freaking out,
crypto might not be for you.
The stock market may not be for you.
No, true.
Right.
But I mean, this is where the rewards are going to be coming.
Absolutely.
You have to sort of, in my opinion, is you don't want to invest everything you have into it, but you want to be able to sleep at night and be able to.
How many people go to a coffee shop and spend $5 to $7 on a coffee that is finished in exactly 5 to 10 minutes? You got an emotional, yummy taste in your mouth and you feel a little energy, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you take that investment into something that could actually be life-changing over a time? One less coffee a week, and you start to invest in your digital asset, your crypto, to become possibly very
We got to change the title of this. We got to change the title of this
from
podcast
intro to crypto
to Finance 101.
you know what? It's a good point. This is like a finance
Yeah.
101. Listen, these are the kind of things that we wish we learned about years ago
Yeah.
that we're learning about now and trying to help you as a first timer, or maybe you've been in the market a little bit, or maybe you got in the market a while back and you forgot about it, or you made or you lost a little bit. This is a time right now in your life to really kind of sink your teeth into something and really get involved in something that you've never been involved in before. But you got to ask questions. Don't be scared about it. Ask to learn. This way you can be one who is on the front of it versus the back of it. Let's mention one more thing that I thought was very interesting was staking. Do you know what staking is? Mike, help me out with what staking is. Or I can kind of read a little about it too.
You can read about it, but while you're looking it up, it basically we have these tokens that we buy, and what you can do is you pledge the token to basically support the network. Is basically what happens, and for doing that, they actually pay you daily, or monthly or whatever, or they'll pay you in kind. So if you have, one token, they'll pay you more of that token. Flare is a perfect example. They're, you can buy the Flare right through Uphold, and Uphold's paying you 5 and change percent in more Flare tokens.
They're paying over 5% interest on it.
Over 5% interest. So
Let me just
talk
read
about DeFi. We were just talking DeFi.
Let me just read the definitions for you guys. And again, you can do this on Google. I'm doing it from Google myself. Staking cryptocurrency is like depositing your digital tokens into a blockchain network to earn rewards. We all love to earn rewards. You're already having it. You're buying it. Let's earn some rewards on it. It's a way to participate in the network's operation and security. And in return, you receive additional tokens as a reward. It's kind of like putting money in the bank, and they give you like 1% interest over the year. Maybe you see up to 3% interest in it.
Well, the only difference is the money in the bank is making the bank wealthier.
That's a good point.
And here you're supporting a network that you believe in, and they're paying you much better interest rates than what you're getting in the bank.
There's between 5 and 10. And again, just bring conservative numbers from it. Very conservative numbers here. How it works, you lock up your cryptocurrency tokens into a staking wallet or program, usually for a specified period, and you help the network by validating transactions or participating in consensus mechanisms. Rewards in return for your contribution.
Don't let the big words scare you.
Yes.
It's really not. You really literally press a button and you stake what you have right from your wallet. So it's literally, it sounds scarier than it is. It's just new to us.
Exactly.
Basically.
Listen, this is your intro to crypto. We love and appreciate you guys watching, be a part of our show. Please listen, please share, please smash a like to us. Please talk about it. Ask questions. We want to hear your comments and questions here. We want to hear what you're thinking and what you want to hear more about. Maybe there's things out there that you want us to talk about. We'd love to talk about it. If we don't know, we'll do some research for you and get back to you.
Sounds good.
Right in the comments. Comment, questions, likes. We would really like to have your feedback. That makes a huge difference to know that what we're doing over here really helps you out. The phone calls and the text messages are awesome. And again, I'm a realtor. That's a mortgage broker. If you need to buy a house, sell a house, we would love to help you. This is David Lamel. My phone number, 203-671-7062. Michael Cristoforo, what's your number, buddy?
203-314-7352.
If you need us, you want us, we want to be a part of your lives. We appreciate you watching this intro to crypto. It's an exciting time in your life. We're going to try and do shows on Mondays and Fridays to catch us live. And we appreciate being a part of your lives every week. And I wish you a wonderful weekend. Happy Palm Sunday. Happy Passover. And have an amazing weekend. And let's hope for some warm weather.
It's coming next week.
We need some warm weather. See you later, everybody.